We're not prepared to weaken border protection.
No, that's not the point. Can you explain to me how it is that it's got to the point where almost all of them are ill?
The point is, Barry, because of this government
policy, shut up, you idiot.
Because of temporary protection visas,
they want to break the bloody TV,
because of boat turnbacks, we've had this debate before, and there's always people who want to weaken border protection. Now, it's not easy being tough on borders. It's not easy for governments to have to make these tough decisions, and that's why you need a coalition government doing it, because if Labor's in power, every time they're in power, they're too weak
shut up, you idiot.
Coming to Australia.
Right, this would come down in the end to an advisory panel appointed by Border Force's Chief Medical Officer. Are you saying they would game the system to the extent where they would allow 1,000 people to qualify on medical grounds?
We're saying the system.
We're saying the system they'll put in place, the system. What about 1,000? You're going to have 1,000 people coming to Australia, you idiot. Yeah.
Well, I'm not prepared to sit here and go through line by line through the bill, but I'll tell you this much. The advice from security agencies, which we've declassified, is very clear. The advice from security agencies is this will weaken our border protection laws. It'll lead to more people coming to Australia. We'll have to reopen Christmas Island at a cost of $1.4 billion to take into account the number of people who brought to Australia, and we will lose control of offshore processing. That's what happened last time under Labor, and we're not prepared to let it happen again.
You talk about that security advice. Peter Dutton said that basically the security agency said that if this bill was to pass, that would be a disaster. Was that your reading of it as well? It would be a disaster? That's what the security agency said?
Well, I think he was making the point that the advice from the security agencies is that it would reopen.
No, he said it would be a disaster.
No, he said it would be a disaster. Yeah.
And he's quite right. It would be.
No, he's not.
How was this classified information leaked in the first place? As Defence Minister, does that concern you?
Well, leaks always concern me, Barry, no doubt about it. And I don't know how it got into the hands of the Australian Agency. No. The faintest clue. Well, and that's why the AFP are investigating it.
The only people at the meeting, of course, were the security agencies and government ministers. That's a fairly narrow field.
Well, as I said, the AFP, it's actually quite a large number of people. It's about 30 people sitting on the NSC, either as members of agencies,
ministers,
departments,
and the agency,
or the government itself. And the AFP has been asked to investigate where that might have come from, and we've now declassified it to take the mystery out of it.
Yeah, that's interesting. How does that happen? Who classifies it in the first place, and then who can declassify?
Well, the minister responsible, I think, it was the person who can either classify or declassify on the advice from his department or her department.
Loose arrangement. You have this classified stuff and it's leaked, and then you can just suddenly declassify.
Well, I think the assessment was made, that it would be better for everyone to see what the advice was rather than to be second-guessing it.
All right, just one other issue before we go on climate change. Tony Abbott said yesterday the government has a satisfactory climate change policy going into the next election. That's not what Julie Bishop recently said in a speech in Hong Kong. Where do you stand on this? Do you think that you need more substance around climate change between now and the election?
Oh, we done, right, yeah.
Our three-pronged strategy, and that is
three-pronged strategy, yes.
To bring prices down for consumers.
Prices down for consumers.
Ensuring that we are reducing emissions into the atmosphere in order